All right, we are back with Tristrike Tuesdays 25. This is what's it called? This should be gold bracket if I remember correctly. We're hot off the presses of Swiss finishing up here, and we are going to be seeing Circus Freaks up against. Oh man, this is chemistry stuff. This is chemistry. By the way, I'm Frostix. I'm the sole commentator right now here. I guess we're just waiting for my co-caster to just arrive on scene. Nothing wrong with being just a little bit late. Of course, we're going to be. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're already into the match here. uh, oh, oh. Anyways, some slight mishaps happening over here. No worries though. We are seeing Circus Freaks and oh god, I still have no idea how to call the other team here. It's zones onto Crableg Capital. This is Great City here. The blue team is already at least 60 points here. They're past the 70 threshold into the 60s. They're running what looks to be that is undercover Bella that I am seeing, and they're already 2 down as Circus Freaks is almost at wipeout territory. Arctan is probably the sole member of this team left in, and they're running from what looks to be, what is that, Rapid Deco? That's a really interesting pick here, and Arctan is just trying to work around the box, working under pressure. I think that was the Dreadringer coming up, using the Incline to their advantage. They do have the Reef Slider ready to rip, but they get shut down by both the Dreadringer and the Pencil, just blocking off the entranceways. That's a very good thing to do. Circus Freaks will take lead in the scenario. And they're just holding off the rest of the enemy team here, and that's definitely a good thing to do, especially since it's zones. I don't think Arctan noticed the Dreadringer was there here. They still have the Reef Slider ready to rip, especially once Lucky pops the bubble, and now that jump is definitely about to be camped. Arctan cannot catch a break here. They're ticking past the 10 threshold into the single digits now. The countdown is on, and oh no, that's a squid bag. That's a squid bag. Oof. Oh man, you hate to see it. You just hate to see it. Oh yeah, I'm looking at Sendo. It's like even on Sendo, that's what their team name is a 75%. How do you how do you pronounce that team's name, man? Oh, that's a mouthful. Anyways, Circus Streaks will be taking game 1 of the first round of Gold Bracket. That was Splat Zones on Crableg Capital. A little bit of like a blur, perhaps going into going back into the bracket stage of this Tristrike Tuesdays. Of course, for those who didn't catch it earlier, I'm Frostix. I will be the sole commentator for now, perhaps until someone else comes around. We're going into game number 2 here. This will be TC Inkblot here. Okay, let's do some analysis regarding some comps here. We did see, if I remember, was that 75% KNO specifically had the bubble here. That's definitely important to have for an offensive push going onto Inkblot. Past that first checkpoint is definitely somewhere that a bubble could be extremely valuable in, especially since you're receiving incoming fire from like multiple sides, and then next thing you know, you have to make sure that all the members of your team are divvied up evenly. You got to make sure that someone's contesting bats, someone's attacking the platform, someone's remaining on tower, and it's like you get caught up within all of these macro decisions, and then next thing you know, your push comes to a close, and then it's just gonna take a little bit of time. 75% potassium nitrate. Thanks, Green! I can now call them that. I was not good at chemistry. Oh, back like 2 years ago in high school. 75% potassium nitrate. Okay, got it. And assuming that this is play all 3, like we saw earlier in Swiss, we're going to finish off the sets with Mahi Mahi Resort on zones. Oh, it's gonna be a zone centric. It's gonna be a zone sandwich in this round 1 gold bracket. Tristrike Tuesday, I think, is zone centric. Am I okay? Maybe I'm not dumb. It is not like some other tournaments, if you will. And getting some news, it is best of 3, which means 75% potassium nitrate is now on match point here. if Circus Freaks does take TC in their hands, they will be moving forward in the bracket, and we are going to go into the game. Circus Freaks having no comp switch up. Meanwhile, is that Nova coming out from Arctan? That is the case here. Arctan's definitely pulling out a lot of interesting, perhaps never before seen weapons out of a bag of holding. Here is Shoes, and they're already camping the plat here. They will take out the Rapid. That's definitely a good start. That's definitely a good start to the match here. That being said, Potassium Nitrate's Junior has gone down, and Shoes is just sneaking by. Call them Solid Snake here. The devious flicks from the Carbon are coming out, and they're forcing the rest of Circus Streets to start jumping back here. I think we saw that coming out. I think that was from the Dreadringer. The Pencil is also being forced to relocate, and now Potassium Nitrate is at the first checkpoint here. This is crucial now. They need to get past the Uninkable. I think they're going to take out Crazy, and now Lucky, as well as I think Arctan, are going to be contesting bats, and that's an Inkjet in the platform here, and it doesn't look like anyone from Circus Freaks is there to just stop Potassium Nitrate from advancing any further here. I think that is the Rapid down, that's the Pencil down, and Arctan pulling out an absolute dupe here. Stellar performance here. They switch from Undercover to Nova here, and that Nova was just really good here. Like, the Inkjet commanded so much presence. You don't want to mess with an airborne. You don't want to mess with an Inkjet main that knows how to aim here. The fight has now been reset. We're back at mid, and it's still looking like Potassium Nitrate has a lot of more momentum in their favor. They're already back on the tower. RNG Panda's sitting on the tower. They deploy the Soda, but they're gonna go down to a Burst Bomb combo by Crazy, assisted by the Rapid Deco, and that's a wipeout for Circus Freaks here. They're already mobilizing back. The Dreadringer is already up in Potassium Nitrate's face and are still alive. Circus Freaks has 3 specials online. The Big Swig has gone down. I didn't even notice that Circus Freaks had a Big Swig, and now Circus Freaks is on the first checkpoint. They need to beat 29 in order to take the lead and take this set as a whole here. And it's looking like that is the case. That's an Inkjet coming out from Circus Freaks as well here. The Dreadringer is going to go down to RG Panda. And if anything, that's a really good position to take if you're headed here, making sure that no one is there to take bats. That way, say the Nova or the Carbon can't really start lurking here. And even still, Circus Freaks is still upping the ante here. The Zuka came out, the Reef Slider comes out, and that's another wipeout from Circus Freaks here. The rest of 75% Potassium Nitrate is back on the scene, though. I think they were back up due to Soda Buff. They're already making their way onto the final, onto their upward platforms. I think they are making sure that they can occupy bats. That way Circus Freaks can't push any further as they secure another wipeout hot off the presses of Circus Freaks. And now they're going to have to start occupying mid here, needing to make sure they can just hold this lead, hold their presence, hold momentum in their favor. That being said here, that Dreadringer is just making deadly work in mid, making sure that no one is safe. Shoes is gonna go down, and Crazy, as well as the the Dreadringer, just moving forward, pushing onward. They need to just get a little bit further now. I mean, a lot of Circus Freaks push have been stopped a little bit past checkpoint 1 here, but especially now that it's looking to only be RG Panda left on the scene here. That being said, I think that is Shoes trying to stop the tower here. It's an all-out Duke. It's an all-out brawl here on these uninkable steps. It does not look like there's a lot of progress being made from Circus Freaks, and even when a Reef Sliders come out from the Dreadringer, it gets cancelled out, and that's 2 down on Circus Freaks, but 3 down on Potassium Nitrate. I don't even know. It's just constant fighting here. The tower is still in motion here, and it's advancing ever so further. They've reached checkpoint 2. Shoes is on bats here. They're gonna jump in on tower. Can they stop Circus Freaks' push here? It doesn't look like the fight is over, as an Inkjet as well as the Pencil is there to potentially keep the this object in motion. That being said, it's gonna start moving back into mid here, and now 75% Potassium Nitrate is now making their stand, trying to flush out the rest of Circus Freaks from mid. Arctan has the Inkjet ready to rip here. That can definitely displace and just kind of ward the rest of Circus Freaks out of mid. That being said, they aren't going down without a fight here, and that's a Burst Bomb flick shot combo from Crazy, taking out the Junior. That's going to be no bubble for 75% Potassium Nitrate. Circus Freaks can potentially still win this. This does potentially have to go. Actually, no, this isn't a potentially situation here. Circus Freaks needs to go into overtime in order to get this game and then take the set as a whole. There are 10 seconds left on the clock. The Zuka shots have come out from 75% potassium nitrate here. It doesn't look like anyone's on tower. Actually, no. Jewel is sitting on tower. They're 2 down. Overtime is up, but Lucky rushing to tower, making sure that no one left from Circus Freaks can push any further. Oh, man. And 75% potassium nitrate forces game number 3. Oh, man. These guys are in it to win it. We are going in to the bottom bun of the zone sandwich. We're going into Mahi Mahi zones. Oh man, if I had a co-caster, I would immediately ask them. It's like, you know, what weapon are we gonna see from Arc 10 next? You know, we saw, what's it called? We saw Undercover, the one with Reef Slider for game 1. We saw a Nova, the one with Inkjet for this TC game. Are we gonna see a return of, I don't know, are we going to see the return of that Undercover here? That would be really interesting. I think definitely 75% potassium nitrates. 75% potassium nitrate did have a good turnaround for this game, making sure that they can have a very good immediate first push here, and then just immediately playing defense right afterwards. I think that's definitely something that they managed to do. They just kind of set the terms and conditions of the match, you know? They kind of just said to Circus Freaks, hey, we just got to 29 here. You gotta beat that. Oh, man. Because I think both of these teams definitely have a very like robust traditional comp. They of course need to make sure that their pencil players can output both paint, support paint as well as sodas, making sure that their front lines can be juiced up, making sure that they don't need to be in long respawn timers. I think that's definitely the case. I think for both teams, because I think both teams are running that Carbon Deco, and that's definitely a weapon that kind of gets a little shafted if it's not on Soda Buff. It can still make a lot of good plays, and we're going into game 3. This is sudden death now, and we're going to see Arc 10 pull out the Vanilla Undercover once again. Meanwhile, Circus Freaks is still sticking to what they have here. They have the Dreadringer, they have the Rapid, and they have the Carbon here. Meanwhile, 75% potassium nitrate is once again also sticking with all of the other weapons from game 1, set aside from Arc 10's Undercover, and they will take first zone here. This Rapid just can't catch a break here, and especially considering the firepower, the amount of, I guess, accurate things that accurate weapons that 75% potassium nitrate has, I should just stop glazing, because Circus Freaks manages to flip zone immediately afterwards, and now lead has been swapped once again here. I think they do have a lot of good range at their hands. They have the Rapid Blaster, they have the Dreadringer, they can play under the ledges. That's something that potassium nitrate doesn't have here, and Lucky is just forced to hide under the wall. The Reef Slider is coming in from Arctan. Can it get any zone? No, it can't get any targets either. The water level has now started to drop. This will definitely allow the Carbon Rollers of both teams to have a lot more space to work with. That way you don't need to worry about the accidental slip into the water here. Now the Reef Slider has come out. I think that got cancelled even before the Dreadringer decided to fly out here. Circus Freaks is already past the 30 threshold and now past the 20s here. Potassium nitrate needs to act fast. They have no... Oh, actually, no... Oh, everything is just happening so fast. They do flip zone here. They're going to apply a 69 nice penalty point onto Circus Freaks, but they have an insane lead here. They pushed 210, and now they're just ticking down and ticking fast. They take down another 2 members of 75% potassium nitrate here. Arc 10 does have the Reef Slider here. As long as they could get a potentially good angle, one that can definitely cover the entirety of zone, and potentially get a couple of targets down, maybe shutting down the Dreadringer, making sure that they don't have a Reef Slider to counter Arc 10's here. It's looking like Arc 10 is vying, and here it comes. Can it fly? It does take out Twink Brush here. That is definitely good here, making sure that there is no counter flip. And now 75% potassium nitrate is out of their penalty points. Arc 10 is pushing forward. They get a little chip damage onto the Rapid Blaster here. The zone does get flipped though. The bubble has come out. Oh, but then the Headit and the Junior go down. I think that was crazy, just taking the front of the line. And now 75% potassium nitrate is already 3 down. Circus Freaks is right back in control of zone here. They definitely have a lot of, even when, 75% potassium nitrate has a lot more weapons that can output paint here. They have Headit, they have Junior, even when they have, weapons like, I don't know, like Carbon and Blaster here that can output not a lot of pain here. They just respond with so much pressure here. Both the Dreadringer and the Carbon are just able to fight so well, making sure that Potassium Nitrate just can't get any more space. And with another KO, just like game 1, Circus Freaks will take the set 2-0. They will move forward in the bracket here. Do we know who they're up against? Not yet so far. That being said, their their matchup will they actually no, we do know who Circus Freaks are going up against. They are going to be going up against Kintsugi in semifinals here. Kintsugi, who won 2-0 against Serves Up here. Just a very solid showcase from Circus Freaks, as well as 75% potassium nitrate. Thank you. You gotta just give him you gotta give him kudos for just showing up, making it all the way into gold bracket specifically here. Oh man, I'm almost out of water. Make sure you guys get water. It doesn't matter if you're solo casting or won a set 2-1 or just even in chat. Water's important. Okay, we'll be back after a quick break. We're gonna be casting. I don't know who we're casting. Will it be Kintsugi versus Circus Freaks, or will it be Reload versus whoever wins between Jelly Squids and Pardon Our Party Rocking here? You'll just have to figure out after we're back.